All right, good evening, everyone. Um, Hope you all had a wonderful day. Maybe not too stressful. So I think we just have to wait for I think wait to five to give others a chance to join us. So while we are waiting for um others to join, yeah, good evening, Justice. I can't have people from my phone. Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm able to have people from my phone. Okay, I have that sorted now. Okay, so while you're waiting for the rest to join, in few 0 to 5, you're going to start. Oh, it's nice being here, Justice. So I hope we're all able to practice. Apparently, when I check the results, because for the quiz, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 people have given us or they have submitted their requests. Sorry, they have filled the form for the quiz for the tax. Only five. So if I'm going to check now, I think on this call currently, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have six. So what's going on? Have you all submitted? What happened to the rest? Ezekiel, please can you mute? If you're not speaking. Yes. Okay, so please respond. You're still into the class. Why have you not submitted? What's going on? Have you not practiced? I think if I check the I hope you cannot hear. So I said, oh, okay. What's going on? Why are we responding late? Please, where's my network? Okay. So I said, we are here to submit the previous tasks. At least I expected that those were around, that were around for the class, the last class should have just filled it because I think a lot of us practiced together. So that should not be an issue. At least I'm checking the sheets now. But let me share my screen so that because oh, okay, you miss. Hold on, sorry, just missed exam. I hope it was fine. Where's the screen? Yeah, introduction, basics, share. Okay, so here's my screen. So I'm trying to check how many people actually filled this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and maybe that's 11. So I'm supposed to have been expecting, okay, maybe 10 responses, or at least, but I have 5. Alright, so let's just go to fill this, and also, regarding the, regarding the other form that I sent to the group that I'm supposed to fill in our details. So please, let's also ensure you're going to actually be using it. Okay, you guys can't see my screen, so let me share it out. So currently these are the results I have from everyone so far. So I have, let me see, what's the count? I have just 12. Yeah, I have just 12 details. I think we are more than that. So please, let's fill it. We are going to be using it actually for during the course. Of course, I'm going to encode it so some details will not be seen, but this is just it. So please, I'm encouraging us to fill it. And also, um, so I've prepared a an Excel sheet, an Excel sheet that contains all the details of our classes, and going forward, we're going to be updating this. So I'm going to drop this on the group so that um you can have access to it. Yeah, of course, it's just view only. You can't do anything else on the sheets. So, and I'm going to add it to the description section. Oh, okay. I don't think I'm an admin. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it worked. Okay. So I've updated the class group description with that, with the link um to this sheet. So it contains all the resources we're going to be using for the class, like for the data analysis class. So here we have our course outline. Just drive here. Then we have the first class that we have, which was the introductory class. The the video is here. Of course, it's not on YouTube. Yes, I could not upload it, so it's on my drive. So the link is here and it's downloadable. And just do this, yes. Yeah. Then we have, okay, so this is the class details. So we expected to fill this form. So this is the form we are all expected to fill. Let me see if I can. Okay, yeah. Just as the form we are supposed to fill. So please, everyone is endeavor to fill this form. You can fill it right now if you have not filled. It's just basic details, not too much. Just to collect the details and hopefully be able to do some analysis with this. So then this is the current class. So here we have the class video. On Excel class, we have class one. That's the class we had last week Friday. We have the date to it too. And we have this was on Wednesday, that's this week. Then we have our class resources here. So these are the worksheets we use for the first class. This is the worksheets we use for the second class. Apparently it's the same worksheets, but I think we use a different sheets. So it's the same worksheets, but it's sections like this down here. So we have different, yeah. Um, for the class tags, so this is the current class tag for the last class. Of course, the first class was I couldn't do a class tag, so we couldn't have a class tag. So, but on going forward, we are going to be having class tags, more like assignments, just to practice or refresh our brain on what we did for the particular classes. So today's class, of course, is not yet ready, but when it's ready, I'll update it. So I don't know, is Perry here? Okay, Perry is here. So is Imam here too?
Um, hello, sir.
Hello, good evening, Jeffrey.
Uh, yeah, sorry. The all this outline I just shared now to the group. I tried to open it, but it's requesting
Okay.
access.
Sorry.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I should have shared that. Thank you for the idea. I forgot completely. So thank you. Anyone with the link? Then just view that. Yeah, so everyone can view this. Of course, what's the proper thing that I ought to do is to have your emails. So anyone outside of this cannot do it except your email has been added. But of course, you have not all filled the form, so I've not done that yet. And by the way, so I'm supposed to do that for this call. So the Google Meets calls will be on the same sheet. Actually, we'll be using the same meeting link. So I'll have to add the email. So I won't have to start adding everybody all over again for when we have classes, so you can easily join. Then I think someone is on the group mentioning that transit. Oh, that's Lion. Actually, don't know your names, especially on WhatsApp, except username. Okay, problem. Okay, so that's done about that. So let's just, I think I've edited it so everybody can view this. Then yeah, sounds already. So that's the resources. Okay, and let's go to this class. And welcome you all to class 3. So I'm going to do a recap. Or okay, so I was supposed to start with some terms because in the last class, I mentioned that at the beginning of every class, I'm going to look into some basic terms actually. So for today, I'll be considering the words. Okay, so today we'll be considering a few terms that are used. Variable. So we have a term called variable as relating to data. We have observations. We have value or data points, and then we have okay. So what is a variable? What is observation? What is value? Data points. Of course, these have different meanings across different fields, especially in mathematics. But as touching to data analysis or data related, a variable is simply uh, the attribute of the data that is being measured. Basically, it's the characteristics or attributes of the data being measured. So, for instance, now let's go to the tab we used. Yeah. So this is what we worked on last week, basically. So all of these are called variables. Like for instance, um, this is variable, is a variable, is a variable, is a variable. So this is a string, this is a string, this is a string. Actually, it's a variable string, this is a variable integer, sorry, a variable number. So these are actually variables. So the characteristics of this is that it is a string. The characteristics of this is that it is a number, an integer. Usually we don't say numbers. We use integers, we use floats, and for letters we use strings. So it's like this, strings and integers. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Good evening.
Good
Please,
evening.
I've been asking, where do I get this the sheet from? Is it on the group? I've sent a message and I'm sending again.
Okay. Um. I don't know. I didn't see it. Message probably dropped it. So this
I sent
sheet
it on the group. Yeah,
is
I sent it at 11 early. As in, where do I get it from? Is it in the WhatsApp group
yes,
or
it's in
where
the
is it?
WhatsApp group actually. I'm going to drop it again, but although this is not the focus for today's class, but I'm going to drop it now. So I'm dropping it on the group now. Oh, someone said he's not seeing anything. Okay, maybe this size. Let me close it. I believe everybody can see. Someone just mentioned that the WhatsApp group that can't see anything. Okay, I also share the sheet here. So I've sent the link to the Google Meet platform. I just shared it and it's also on the WhatsApp group. Oh, okay. Fisa is in companion mode. Okay, all right. Okay, so back to this. So I was talking about variable. So a variable is basically what's characterize data that have been measured, the attribute that's given to it basically. So we have string variables, we have integers, we have more, although we have floats, we have floats. So float is like decimals. We have um we have boolean. Boolean is true or false. Can I give an example in front? So basically Chevron an integer is 1, a float is 1.0. So okay, of course, let me put this here. Yeah, so a float is 1.0, a boolean is true. Yeah, so these are actually variables, but then these are also data types. Okay, I've not gotten the, I think I mentioned it here, I've been mentioning it. These are data types, then these are the variables. So this variable is a string, this variable is an integer, this is a float, and this is a boolean. So this variable is characterized with a string data type. This variable is characterized with an integer data type. This is characterized with a float data type, and this is characterized with a true data type. Sorry, with a boolean data type. Okay, you can barely.
Sorry, sir.
Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to ask the topic. This variable, is it a topic of its own, or is still under? Because I see under Python. That's where we see variable. Are we on Python now?
No, we are not on Python. So
Okay.
what we are doing currently is so basically I said in the beginning of every class we are going to discuss some basic terminologies that are being used when it comes to data related fields. So today we are talking about variable. So variable is one of the terms that is popularly used. So I'm explaining this exactly. Of course, it's more prevalent in Python.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, it's more
yes,
prevalent
yes. It's
when we're
clear.
dealing with programming languages. I'm sorry, it's Python
Uh,
programs and other programming languages. But when it comes to data generally, we also use this. We take this into considerations.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Thank you.
you're welcome. So we have variable, and then remember we talked about data and data sets last week. So we have something called observation. Yeah, observation.
I'm sorry, please. I don't know if it's from you, but there's a background noise, and I'm not hearing you well, and it's allowing me to even understand what you are saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry, please.
I don't know if I'm the only one.
Anybody confirm that? The only background noise here is this.
Y- Yes, I think I confirm what she's saying. I don't
Okay.
know if it's coming like you are close to the window side or the radio is on. I don't know.
Okay, it's this. Okay, let me sort that out. Okay, so is it better now? Please let me know if it's better now.
I think it's even worse now than before.
Oh, it's even worse.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, this is off. Currently in server room. Let me see. Okay, let me know if it's better. I really can't hear myself. Wasn't this bad last time?
I think it's better now.
I think it's okay.
It's better now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Alright, okay, so okay, it's clear now. So well, so where did you guys miss me? Should I start over? I think time is going. Okay, so I'm going to start from.
Yes, please.
Okay, so I'll just go over it real quick. So there are two things. Actually, there are more than two I planned, but I think we just have to do these two. So this is variable and this is observation.
These are two terms that are widely used today in data related fields, basically. So I was explaining what a variable means. So a variable is an attribute or a characteristics of a data that is being measured or observed. So this is, I was explaining that, okay, so these are actually datas, but they are also known as variables actually. So these are variables, these are variables, this is a variable, this is a variable, this is also a variable. So so I was explaining how this is a variable. So this Segun, so I've highlighted all the major types of variables that we'll be dealing with, or they are mostly prevalent. This is strings, integers, floats, and boolean. So Segun is a variable, but it belongs to the string variable. So it is characterized with the string data type. Remember when we talked about data type? So data types are basically forms of data. So data can be in strings, can be integers, can be maps, can be in date time. Yeah, I forgot to add date time. Date time. So date time is going to be like something like today is 23rd of June 06 2023. So this is Segun with a data type, a Segun variable or its string data type. This is boolean, this is true with the boolean data type. This is date time with this is this, that's this it with the date time data type. Then we also have floats and we have integers. So of course you might look at this and you might look at, oh, I didn't know this, integers, floats. Yeah, to us it's the same thing, but to a machine or to a computer, or when we're working with data, they're actually different. So this is the rounded up version of 1.0 is the rounded version of, oh, sorry, 1 is the rounded version of 1.0. So when you round up 1.0 to the nearest whole number, you have 1. So in cases where you're dealing with it's more prevalent when you're dealing with maybe you're dealing with naira. So for instance, now if you look at our fair price here, we have this to the, that's to 2 decimal places, it's 3 kobo. So when you're dealing with large number of values, you might need to not approximate. So more of like precision, when you need a very high precision, a very high accuracy, this is more prevalent. So floats and integers, then boolean, then date time, then strings. So basically that's what's variable. So let's put this here, variable. So we're going to talk about observation. Yeah, so observation basically is it's like a row in your data sets. So for instance, in the last class we created a data set of transport drivers in Nigeria, right? Yeah, so these are transport drivers in Nigeria, and these are data sets. But here, if you look at this single line is called an observation in this data set. It's called an instance. So it can either be observation or instance. Use or instance. So you can have observation or instance basically. So this single line containing Adibola, Lagos, Mazda, its fair price, the color of the car, the gender, and the experience. All of these combined together are observation. So it is an observation in a data set. So of course we mentioned that a single value is a data. Everything together combined is a data set. So this last class. Then a single row is what? An observation or an instance. So it can either be an observation or an instance. So these are So things you basically see more and more. Because I said data set. You can see when I was explaining observation, I mentioned data and I also mentioned data sets. Same thing applicable when I was defining variable, how to use data. So yeah, so I think that's it. Let me see. Anybody talking? Okay, nobody. Any messages? Okay, someone is complaining. I'm not seeing anything. I don't know if the person can still see. Okay, let me just continue. But I believe everyone can see my screen. I guess it's the person network. Okay, so now that's about it. So I just have to do two because of time. So as we go on, we'll do more. So a version of last class, what we did last class. So basically, um, we created our own data sets. That's transport drivers in Nigeria, and we had the names. We have state of origin. We have brand car. We have a price. We had color of car. We have gender. And we had experience. Basically, did I do this? This is not me. Who did this? Okay, so we did this, then we had our names, we generated this, and this was generated simultaneously. So multiple people did this together. That was just to prove the collaboration attribute of Google Sheets. Then I'm not going to clean that off. So we went on to get the max value. Okay, so I've not gotten my max minimum. So of course everyone has gotten that. So let me do my minimum value of this to this. Yeah, so I didn't do mine, so I'm just doing mine. But forgive me. G3, no, is D3 to G20. Okay, then average D3 to D20. Since I already know where I'm going to, then count equals to count D3 to D20. Yeah. So we all are expected to get this as our values. Of course, I will receive some responses that are not basically the same. They are not the same thing. They are a little bit of errors. So this is like maybe the correction. Everyone can see this clearly. So I've done everything. So this is max. This is the minimum. The minimum value is 20,000, which belongs to Shin driving a Corolla car. Person is female. Wow. Okay. Then we have average. The average fair price. Okay. The average fair price is 41,985 naira 60 kobo. The sum is 755,740 naira 83 kobo, and the total count is 18. So we have, that means we have 18 observations, 18 instances, right? So I'm just trying to use the words that we just defined. Yeah, who's trying to join? Okay, so that's good. So today's class, I'm going to be dealing with conditional. So I think this sheet is already okay. It's no problem. So let me just use it. So we are going to be doing with conditionals. Yeah. Is that right? So conditionals. I was trying to join class. Okay, so we're going to be dealing with conditional. So I think it was in the first class we talked about that. Well, most of us, I don't think we actually got it. So what a conditional means is just basically condition. Just simply condition is attaching a condition to something. So it means that you are how should I explain this? So the condition is basically, we all understand what the condition means. That if this is this to this, if today is Friday, then I'm putting on the native to work. So that's an example of a conditional. So if today is not Friday, then I'm not putting on a native. So that's a conditional. So it means that if the first statement I'm given is true, then do the second one. So it's simply, so to break it down is if A is true, then do B. Let me use the capital letter. Yeah, so if A is true, then do B. Then let me say if A is not true, then don't do B. So this is a basic form of a conditional. So we're having two statements, A and statements B. So we have two statements A and statements B. So if statement A is true, do B. If statement A is not true, then don't do B. But in the conditional, you don't have to put this last statement. There's no need for that actually. So I'm going to try this. So there's no need for this. All you need is this. So if A is true, then do B. So automatically, if A is not true, then it's not going to do B. Unless you want to extend it and maybe if A is true, do B. If A is not true, do C. Those kind of thing. So so what it means is the first statement is true, then it's going to do the second statement. So basically that's the basics, the core for conditionals actually. So for instance now, let's do a simple arithmetic condition. So that says if 2 is greater than 3, if 2 is greater than 3, then that's greater than, no, okay, if 2 is greater than 3, that means 2 is bigger. So this means that if 2 is greater than 3, 2 is bigger. Oh, let me even use this. If A is greater than B, A is bigger. Yeah. So if A is greater than B, A is bigger. So of course, this cannot, we have to analyze this and put in different values into it. So it can be, let's say A is, so in a case where you have A equals to 5 and you have B equals to 1. So in this situation, if you do, let me expand this. Okay, sorry, I'm doing this at the edge. I'm bring it bigger. Yeah, so that I can see properly. Okay, so this is it. So if A is true, then do B. Okay, so if A is 5 and B is 1, that would be 5 greater than 1. Is A bigger? Is this true? So if this first statement is true, if it's true, then 5 is bigger. Now in a situation where we now have maybe A equals to 30 and B equals to 30.5. Yeah. So in this situation, you do 30 greater than 30.5. So what will this evaluate as? Is it true or false? Can anybody respond? Let me see. Chat section anywhere.
That will be false.
Okay, that will be false. Yeah, correct. So that's actually false. So if this is false, then is it going to tell us that what's going to be the results? That means it's going to be, this will not evaluate. That means A is not bigger. So we can run it in a way that tells us A is not bigger, basically. So that's the basics of conditionals actually. So we have three Is it 3? Okay, we have greater than, we have less than, we have um, we have sorry, we have this. Okay, so I don't remember what it is, but this is used to check if two values are the same. So basically it's like saying is A the same as B. So you call it what's it called again, a comparator. You're comparing two values, so if they're the same values basically. Then we have, sorry, put anything here. Why is it not staying? Okay, not putting in strings. Then we have greater than or equals to, we have less than or equals to. So basically these are the basic operators we have. We also have less than or equals to. We also have not equals to. So if it is not equals to something, let me just put not equals, sorry, equals to. Okay, so we have not equals to. So let me just change it to, let me delete this column, delete this row, delete row. So I'm going to put it here, equals to, yeah. So we have this, we have greater than, we have less than, we have greater than or equals to, we have less than or equals to, we have not equals to, and we have equals to. So I think this two is pretty simple. Okay, I'm just going to explain this real quick. So greater than or equals to means that it can be greater than or it can be equal to that value. So if I say 5 is greater than 5, what do you think this will evaluate as? So I'm trying to check if 5 is greater than 5. Of course, let's try that. Let me put an equals to sign. So can you see return the false? Because 5 is not greater than 5. But if I put is 5 equals to 5, we'll get it true. Sorry, is 5 greater than or equals to 5? So let me wrap this around this, so it's going to be easier. So is 5, oh, you removed it for me, ouch. So is 5 greater than or equals to 5? That's true. But is 5 greater than 5? No. Is 5 less than 5? False. So when you add equals to, it makes the number inclusive. So if I'm saying 1 greater than 2, of course no. If I say is 1 less than 2, yes. So 1 is lesser than 2, sorry, equals to, that's true. So 1 is lesser than 2, you can say that. Then 1 is greater than, 1 is greater than, oh come, 1 greater than, what is 1 greater than? 1 is greater than 0. Yeah, so that's the basics of this. Equals to, then not equals to, let's see, equals to 1. I don't know how it works here actually. 2. Okay, I think there's supposed to be a formula for that. Let's see, format, no, that's my equations. Then I think it has to be in, so checking for it, I have it here, up here, but I'm trying to see if it's here. So I'm supposed to see it in either operator, it's an operator, no, statistics, should be in maths. Okay, sorry, is there conditional here? Okay, logical is different, maths, no. Okay, but I think we'll get to see that. Okay, I'll bring it up when I remember, but there's not equals to, then it's less equals to. So when you want to start a conditional statement, you use the word if. So I'm going somewhere. So remember when I used the example of if today was Friday, then I'm going to wear a native. So because today is not Friday, I'm not wearing a native. But actually today is Friday, so I should be wearing a native. So but I'm starting with if. So because I'm starting with if, so I have to start with, so for every conditional you actually start with if. There has to be an if condition. So if this is this to this, if this is not this to this. Now we are going to see that soon. So that's when we now have, so introducing the conditionals properly, you now say statement like mini if actually, max if, sum if, count if, and average if. Yeah, so we have this if statement attached to it. So with this, with the explanation I made earlier, can anyone just unmute and try to explain what this does from the explanation I did? Anybody? Should I call names? Let me see. Here's the list. Let me call people names. Who's going to help us here?
Sorry, my line is like it's breaking, so I didn't hear your question, and I've not even been really hearing you.
Oh, Pearl. Oh, okay. So the question is, I gave some definition. I explained conditionals, and I explained if. So right now I have a function called mini if. Remember what minimum does this? Minimum gives us the minimum of a value, of a set of values, while maximum gives us the maximum of a set of values. Sum sums with us, count gives us a count, while average gives us the mean, basically. Now I've appended this. Now it's now mini if, MINIF. So I'm trying to ask you guys, from the explanation I made earlier, can anyone just try to tell us what you think mini if function would do? Anybody? So Pierre, do you get that?
Hello.
Okay, hello.
Yeah. Let me just try using the previous explanation.
Okay.
Okay. I think someone is on the line.
Don't worry, just go ahead.
Okay. Using the previous illustration, you can say that since previous illustration made us to know that 5 is greater than 1, then here now 1 is minimum. You can otherwise say that A is minimum if B is bigger. Did I get that correctly?
Okay. A is minimum if A is bigger. Okay. All right. Okay, nice try. Hold on. Okay, so let me just go straight into what it does. So basically, so attaching an if statement to the back of this function gives you the opportunity to add a condition. So it gives you the possibility to add a condition to that. So I can say so let's go back to this list. So the fair price, basically, this is our fair price that we're working with. So I could say if, okay, I have different brand of cars actually. So I could say give me the minimum fair price for a certain brand of car, so that if the brand of car is Mazda, okay, I think we have Mazda here, I think we have another Mazda here, I think we have two Mazda, Okay, let me see. Think we had more Toyotas. Okay, let me use the state of origin. I think the state of origin has multiple.
I think we have Corolla.
Oh, okay, Corolla is appearing more.
And yes, we have Camry also. We have Sienna. They are Toyota products. So.
Okay, okay. I think I was trying to get the ones that were repeating here, that probably repeated twice. So we have Mazda basically. So I could say, give me the minimum of the Mazda cars. So maybe I'm interested in driving a Mazda car. I want the Mazda car to drive me. So I want to know which one is lesser. So I could say, okay, give me the minimum of the fair price for a Mazda car. Or maybe I need someone that is from Lagos. I could say, okay, if you're from Lagos, give me the minimum of your fair price. I could use colors. So that's the possibilities of the if statement attached to the function max minimum, and same thing is applicable to max. So I could say, give me the minimum. Give me the maximum value for so and so. If so and so belongs to this, give me the max value. So I could say, okay, for all the genders, oh right, this is good. So if the gender is male, give me the minimum value. So I just want all a male price, a male that's a lower fair price, or maybe I want a female with a higher fair price. Of course, maybe it should be classy. So give me the female with a higher fair price. So that's what I think if condition to the original function does. Do you understand? I want to make sure that you understand, so that when we begin to practice, it will be easier. So I hope you all understand that. Let me see. Please respond.
Can you elaborate more, please?
Okay.
I didn't understand it.
So I explained that if is a conditional statement. So when you add if to the end of your original function, for instance, here we have max. Now this gives us the maximum of all the selected values, right? Or in our data sets. I could decide that I want just the maximum value of only the gender that belongs to male. So do the calculation for only the gender that belongs to male and give me the maximum of that. So I want to know how much the male guys are generating. I want to know how much the female ladies are generating, their maximum value. Or I want to know the sum of all the male values. So in this situation now, if I want to know the sum of only the male genders, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, I write a function and say, oh, okay, I need the sum of all the fair price that belongs to the female gender. If I'm going to use experience, okay, I need the sum of all the bad drivers. I want to know how much they are generating. I want to see if they generate more money than the good drivers. I want to see if the fair drivers, maybe they generate more. I want to see which is more. So that's a simple illustration of using the if conditional statement. So that's when it becomes more useful. I want to just say I want to evaluate for a selected category, for a selected data point, observations belonging to a section. I don't know if you can get that now. Okay, let's see. I call in 8 minutes. Really? Wow, that's serious.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I followed up.
Alright. I don't know.
Yeah, thank you.
This call, I hope this call does not end. But I just got the notification now that the call might end. So if it ends, I'll drop another link to the group. I don't know, it's the first time I'm saying this actually. So let me just continue. So I have, so that's the explanation for that. So we are going to do the practice now. So we are going to use this same data. So I'm going to copy the data. I just need the data. I don't want a way of work we did. So just data. So I'll copy it into a new sheet. I think we should use a new sheet for this basically. So I'm going to copy this, then file. I'll do a new sheet, spreadsheet. So this is my new sheet. Remember, I did this last. So I paste this inside, then I rename this and say data analysis class 3. Okay, good. So this is data analysis class 3. So these are the sheets. This is a clean one. Now the functions, the conditionals, we have many if. Sorry. Sorry about that. So we have many if, we have
Sorry. So sorry.
we have max if, we have count if, we have,
Please, can you bold it again?
oh sorry, I missed that. Average if, sorry about that. Yeah, I think this is okay. And we have, I think we have 3. Yeah, we have some if. Good. So these are the statements. So let me call the function now. So the function to use mini if is simple. Just do this mini if. Oh, okay, there's no mini if. So it's giving me mini ifs. Okay, so while we are here, so let me just explain this. They're actually different. So there's, why is there no, that there was a mini if. Let me check. Okay, max. Okay, sum if, yes. Count if, average if. Okay, so let me just show you class. Okay, so apparently there's no mini if, there's only mini ifs and max ifs. Now to explain this, the difference between the if and the ifs is that the if only takes one conditional statement, the if takes multiple conditional statements. So just see the s as pluralizing it. So basically, so the s is like pluralizing this, making the conditional endless. So does it now mean that this one does not have multiple conditionals? No, there's also counts ifs. So let me just put down that here. So there's counts ifs. There's, sorry, I can hear someone's background noise. Please, can you mute? There's some ifs and there's counts. Okay, I don't count, I don't average, I don't sum. Yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so there's some ifs, it allows you to take multiple conditions. So we are going to try that now. Should I do everything? Okay, yes, I'll do everything, and I guess I'll have to do another data set for assignment. So mini ifs, I was trying to do this. So mini, then okay, let me first do if, the one with single ifs. So for instance, count if. So I want to count if. So the first thing that this takes is the range of values. Then I can say the range, then the criterion. Criterion means the criteria, the condition, the specific condition that you want to use. So average here is, range here is the range of values. So let's say we are doing for everything. That's D3 to D20. That's D3, yeah, to D20. Sorry, I'm not done actually. So D3 to D20, then the criteria. So the criteria is what specific thing do I want to get. So okay, let's say we want to get for male values. for just the male. We want to know the amount of male we have. So all you have to do is just do this. You put in the column. That's from F3 to F20. Then I put in what I want, which is supposed to be male, and I close this. Okay, count if. Oh, expected 2. Okay, I just want male. Okay, let me see. Okay, I guess I'm mixing it up. I'm just do this. Sorry, I think it's a bit different here. Let me check this. So the criterion says greater than 20. Okay, but I want male. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so I'm supposed to use it here actually. Sorry about that. It was supposed to be on this place. So I want to count. So I'm basically counting on the gender actually. So the gender is supposed to be with F3. Yeah, that's 0. So F20. Yeah, so I get 10. So it basically tells me that there are 10 male gender on this place, and if I want to check for the female gender, okay, let's do a table here. Let's say male and female. So that means everything you're going to be doing here is for the male, everything you're going to be doing here is for the female. So if I'm going to do for the female, I'll just do count if F3 to F20, then I put in female, and I close this. So I'll get it. Okay, sorry about that. I'll probably look into it for the next class. I didn't know I can't reuse links. Okay, so where did I stop? Okay, so I'm going to start all over. I don't know when I got lost. So what we're dealing with is we're dealing with the counts if. So we're starting from here. So count is we want to count basically the count of the male values. That's so we have something male and female here. Okay, so we have male and female. We have male and female here. So we want to check the counts of the male, the total male gender that we have, male drivers. So I think it's on the F column. That's F3 to F20. I'm sorry, then I put in my criteria, which is just male. 10. Then I do the same for a female. So count if I missed this. Count if, yeah. So D, I think F3 to F20, and I use female. Get it. Now to show that it's actually working, we're going to use a count here too, but this one's like count all basically, so it's supposed to count everything. So count F3 to F20. What happened? Okay, so what happened is the basic count function as count equals to only counts numeric values, doesn't count other types of values. So if I'm going to count the values here, I could use the fair price column. So if I remove this and I use D and I use D, I'll get hitting. So I hope we got that. Okay, now let me go right again. So there's count A and there's normal count function. This function counts only numeric values, while this function counts alphanumeric values. Basically, that's why we have A here, I think. So it means I can count various type of data. So if you use it anyway, it's going to count. So I could use this count A for numeric values too. So let me see that and show you. So you can say I still got the same answer. I'm going to use, so let's go back. We're using F, okay, and enter. So we have this. So just to prove that this and this is correct, basically that's why I'm having this last column. So name it validates, to validate what I'm doing, basically. Okay, so that's the count if. Then the average if does the same thing, basically. So you're only checking for the average of a set of values, right? So in this situation now, we're not going to be able to check for average if of all the male values with just this, because the average if will be performing average on these numbers, and you can only check, you can't go outside of the range of these numbers. You can't come to gender to say, okay, you want to check for all the average of the values that belong to the male gender. That would be possible with average if. With average ifs, so let me show you how it's not possible. So average if, so the range criteria is D3 to D20. Now, okay, I think it's going to allow me to do that. Okay, I think it's allowing me to do that here, but I can only do just for one. So if I say the average if of the male gender, the criteria range, okay, I'm mixing this thing up. They are similar, but they are not the same thing. So let me show you. So the reason why I said I'm mixing it up already is that this has criteria range first, then criteria, then average range. So here it means that the criteria range comes first. That's if you are dealing with gender, the gender column comes first, then you put in your criteria, that's the criteria, which are you checking for, then you now put in the average range, that's the average values that you want to check for. And to do that, all I have to do is, so take this out back. So the criterion range is gender, so that's F3 to F20. Then the criteria is male, don't forget male in quotes. Then the average range, which I now want to check for, that's the values, that's D3 to D20, and yes, so this is my average value for only the male. But in a situation where I want to check for the average range for the male gender and for those that are good, so the male gender that actually, okay, so the male gender that actually they have the good experiences, I can't use average if. Actually, that's the limitation of average if. That's why we have average ifs, basically. So sorry, I'm just coming down here, so I just want to deal with this now. So it's not to average if, so let me just, okay, it's here already, average ifs. Now if you look at this, you find out that you have multiple. This dot means it is as many as possible, basically. So that's the difference between the average if and the average ifs. So if I'm going to do this, I think I'll just write 2 more 3 examples, then I'll stop. So the average range, that's what is taking. Now this taking the average range first. The range you want to check for, that's D3 to D20. Then you now begins your criteria range. So the criteria range is, I want to use the male gender, that's the F colon, that's F3 to F20. Then the criteria, which is what's male. Now I can now add more. So I can add for the experience. So I want to add the experience, I want the ones that are with good experiences. So what I'll do here is I also put in the range of the next criteria, which is on the G column, that's G3 to G20, is a comma. Then I put in the criteria, which is what's good, and I close it, and I get this. So it means that for the average, so let me say average good and male drivers. So let me wrap this. So I'm using a tool here called text wrapping because I have things here. So I want to wrap it, and no, I don't want it to overflowing. I want it like this. Yes. I don't know, has Justice been able to join this call? Oh, there are multiple people that can't join this class. Justice, sorry, just 1 second. People use the same link to join this class. What's going on? What's going on? Let me check link. Okay, try this. Okay, I hope they are able to join the class back. Okay, so this is for the average good and male drivers. So the average drivers that are good and also male. So this is the value. So I've just done that with this. So let me do one example with I think we have count if. So I'm going to do it with count if. So count if. So in this situation, I want to count, sorry, equals to count ifs. I open this, sorry, I missed this, count ifs, good. So bring this in criteria range, the criteria range that I want to count. So I want to count for the male and the good drivers. So that's the F and G column. So F2, F2, sorry, F3, so F20, comma, male, that's the range, the value I'm looking for. Then the next column is G3 to G20, and what am I looking for? Good. Yeah, so it means that there are just 4 average or 4 good drivers that are male, basically. So I think I've done this. Yeah, so let me take this one out. Yeah, so what we have done just done is, we have used the if conditional to attach conditions to whatever results we are getting. So we are going to see more of this, how this plays when we begin to do data analysis. But these are basic conditionals. Like, these are the conditional statements. You can see all we need to just add if to this. It's already a function in Excel, in spreadsheet basically. So what we are going to do is, I don't know how many people has their system in front of them. So I want to do this editor. Please, nobody should edit this. We are doing this work we are working on. So I'm going to drop this on the group right now. That's a good link. WhatsApp. Okay, so I've just dropped the link to the group, so we can take that. Then something similar to what we did last week, sorry, last class. You had a sheet, you copy this into it, then I want us to fill in this. So the task for this is let me see, count if we counted the values of the meal. Okay, yeah, sum the fair price for the meal. So I think I should put the distinction between the max if and the minimum ifs. So let me put them together. So the if statement will be, let me see, cut. So I'm bring it down here. So this is the count if statement. I think the minimum ifs too. Should take this out and put it here. Yeah. So I'm put the line here. Red. Yeah. So we're going to do the count if for the male and the female drivers. You get the sum of the fair prices for this. Then you also do the minimum ifs. Yeah, we'll do the minimum if. So we're going to do for here. So we want only for the good drivers. So let me adjust this to take in. So what we're going to have here, this minimum ifs, the condition that's going to be attached to the male is that the experiences are going to be good. So it's more of like the good and the male, the good and the female. So I'm just broadcasting here. Yeah. Okay, I should probably shift this away from here. Ctrl X and bring it here. Yeah. Okay, I can see someone copying sheets soon. Any question? Don't take question now because I've just explained all the concepts. So maybe you didn't get it, or you came late, or you couldn't join back on time. Let me check the messages. Sections. Camera my laptop currently connected with my phone. Oh, wonderful. Ibami, I think in the last class we talked about this. You could actually open this on your phone. You could do the same thing, but you might need to install Google Sheets app to probably be able to do this efficiently or easily. And how many people with their laptops currently? Let me know. So I know expectations of number of people that are currently working on this.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
You can do it on Excel, can't you?
Oh yeah, sure you can.
Okay.
But yes, while you are trying out on Excel, I would advise Google Sheets because that way I'll be able to see what you're doing easily on Excel. You have to probably share it through my mail, send it to my mail for me to see it, and as I'm working on it, I won't be able to see it. So with Google Sheets, you can work on it and I'll see what you're doing easily. So I can make corrections, you can share with other people. So that's one of the reasons I highlighted why we're using Google Sheets basically. Okay, so any other question? And to do this, all you need is just your mail. Just log into your mail, then you have access to Google Sheet already. And I think if you don't have a mail, you could still open this. I think I shared with anyone. Yeah, anyone could edit. Yeah, so everybody can edit, whether you have this. So I've explained count if, I explained average if. Of course, we already explained the basic term in the last class, which is count, minimum, maximum, average, and sum. of course. So from this, using the if statement, appending it makes it easier. So it means you can count for just a particular range you want to count for. You can do minimum for just a certain range. You can do maximum for just a selected values. Same with average and sum. Okay, let me see what this person is doing. Okay, and by the way, please name your sheets so I can know the name of the person that's currently working on this. So I would like you guys to practice. So if you can practice now, so I can see. So Ayobami, I hope you're able to use your phone if you want to.
Yes, I'm connected with my phone.
Okay. I don't know. Is Justice now on the call? Let me ask if he's able to join now. Because I've not seen him here. Is Justice on the call? No. Okay. I guess still having issues. Okay, Fisaya is currently working on this. Okay, so count if. Okay, so I was talking about the count, the minimum. So basically, you can just append multiple things. So in this situation now, maybe we have gender, we have experience, we have color of car, we have brand car. Okay, that's the brand of car actually. Brand of car. So we have the brand of car, we have the state of origin. So of course these are called categorical variables actually. This is like the ID. It is unique to everybody. Then this state of origin is repetitive. So we have multiple state of origins. So you can have multiple Lagos, multiple states, multiple Ekiti. So it makes it categorical. Same with brand of car. So this brand of car can appear multiple times. Of course, you can have Mazda multiple times. Same with color of car, gender, and experience. So categorical means that it can be categorized into sections. So there are things that repeat itself, like male and gender now. There are two categories. So that's how the word categorical data comes in. Then numerical data means it's just numbers, integers, basically. Ola has renamed my sheets. My goodness. Mr. Ola, who is Ola in this group? Hope it's not Ayobami. Please don't rename my sheet too. Please, thank you. Let me rename it back. What's going on here? Okay, I think. Okay, yeah. So who renamed my sheets? I think it was Ola. Rename transport drivers, industrial drivers. Okay, thank you. Please don't rename my sheet too. All right. Okay. So okay, people are working on this already. So basically good. So we can also do for the bad drivers. We can do for the fair drivers. You can have a table that shows, okay, maybe something like this. So you have the good, you have the fair, and you have the bad. Then you have something like this, male, and you have something like this, female. So this is a table that shows us the good and the male driver. So let's say we are doing average. So that'll be average fair price. So, sorry, let me extend this. Let's merge. So I want to centralize this. So these are basic word functions actually. So basically, let me add borders to it. Good. So this is my average fair price. Good, male, fair, bad, male, and female. So I could use this table to show the values of the average fair price. So I could go ahead and do so in this situation you already know what you want to do. So that's average ifs. The range for the value is D3 if I remember correctly, it's D20. Then the criteria range for the male, let me see, that's F, so that's F3 to F20. Then finally justice is here. I'll from justice, so male, then G3 to G20, then good. So for those that joined late, we really didn't do much. So oh okay, I think we went a long way. So basically I explained how we did if. I don't know if you understand, if you got how I did the count if. We explained that the count if function takes just a single criteria, just a single condition, while the one with appended s takes in multiple condition statements. So for instance, here we were trying to explain how this average if is just for the male. So the fair price for the male values. So the first one is, so I'm going to show you that here. Okay, so I created a table that talks about the average fair price. Oh, sorry, this is not fair. This is fair. Yeah, so the average fair price for the drivers, so that belong to the good. This is the good, the bad is in the experience, and this is the gender. So that's like gender versus experience. So let me do this again. So I want to get the average value for the fair price for the male drivers that belong to the good category. So how do I do that? I call this average if. So I can see it here, average ifs. Then the first thing is, all you have to do is you don't have to remember the syntax. Google Sheet will help you. I think Excel does that too, to help you with how you're supposed to arrange it. So in this case, the average range comes first. That's the fair value, and I think it's on D3 to D20. Then the criteria range. So we want to check for the male, that's the gender and the experience. So let me pick the experience first. I think the last time I picked. So let me pick the experience first. So you can see this. I've highlighted this. And I put a comma. Then I want for just the male guys. So I want for the good. Then I want to do for the male criteria too. So I come back here, I highlight this to the male part, and I put in what I want to do there, male, and I close this and I use enter. Oh my god, what happened? Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. What's here? So that explains this part. Sorry, trying to clean this part off. That explains how I got this. Can we also that? So that's how I got this. So we can do, I think you can fill in the rest, do for the average. So let me copy this. So you can actually do expand this and do for the sum. You can also do for the counts. As a total number counts. So we have the average fair price, we have the sum price, and we have the count. Of course, these values will be correct. So I'm going to put in what I'm supposed to do here. So let me just do the example, turning this off. So I'm doing sum ifs. Now I'm using sum if. So the sum range, of course, is the same thing, D3 to D20. Then the criteria range is F3 to F20. Then what I want to pick from there, that's male. Then for the other side, I want that's for the experiences, G3 to G20. Then I want just good ones, the good drivers. Yeah, so this is the sum. And for the counts, so take this out. I do count ifs. So I put in my criteria range here. So basically we're only counting. So we're not summing anything, we're not averaging. So we just need the two ranges, that's G3, I'm sorry, G3 and G20, and the criteria, which is good. And we need for the gender, that's on F3 to F20. And what else do we need from here? The gender and this. So we have 4. Okay, so let me save this. See. Okay. Alright, so we have a table, and we are supposed to fill this. So we are going to be filling all of this. So we'll fill this and this. So we can also have something else. So basically we're just exploring with these functions. So we cannot have should we have additional thing? Okay, let's just deal with this first. Let's stick with this. So I think it's a bit bigger for me. I hope you can still see this. Hello, can you still see my screen properly?
Yes, you're seeing it.
Okay, so we're supposed to fill this table. So I've just done this and summarized it. So rather than doing this, I think this is more stressful. So this is much more easier and compiled. So for those of us that have copied this already, so I'm just going to clean this. So we use a beta version. Okay, yeah. So this one, I think, let's remove this color. Yeah. So take this out. Then I bring this up. I'm sorry. Yeah, got it. So I want to bring it up here. Yeah, so the other one has overwritten. Yeah, so we have the average fair price, we have the sum fair price, we have the counts fair price. Then we have to do for the minimum and the maximum too to complete this. So this is going to be minimum fair price and the maximum yeah. So we have 5 tables to fill it. So let me see. Okay, so for those of us that have copied and we have started filling, let's copy the new one. I've updated the sheets, so you can use that one instead. So this is more comprised, it's more compact, that's everything. So what you need to just fill it. So for this, I have to update this. This is not correct. So I want to do the minimum fair price. So let me see if I can do a shortcut. This is like cheating. Okay.
I'm in class. Let me check if somebody's in the panel.
Oh, sorry, we can't hear you. So minimum ifs. Let me see if this will work. Oh, okay. Let me put in the range. That's supposed to be D. This is cheating actually. I'm not supposed to be doing like this. D3 to D20. Then this is not G8. This is G3 to 20. G3 to 20. Oh, yeah, it worked. I wasn't supposed to do it that way actually, but it worked. So for the max, let me do it normal way. So max if open up the range, of course it's the same thing, D3 to D20. Then the criteria range, same thing, F3 to F20. Then male, comma, the next one is G3 to G20. Then the experience good. Okay, I've been doing good. Let me take this off. Let me do fair for females. So max if, let's change this to female. Then I'll change this to fair. Sorry, it's supposed to be in quotes. Please don't forget that, quotes. Then I close this and I get my enter. Yeah. So I'm going to get the minimum, the maximum fair price for this. That is okay, yeah, max if. So this, so let's be able to populate this. So this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be populating these sheets, and I think, yeah. Oh, did I do this?
Please, can you share this sheet on the group so that we can get it?
Yes, it's there already.
Okay.
The sheet was, I posted it there already, so you can just take it. Okay, so guys, I'll have to stop there for now and take our questions. Okay, so questions. Questions, anybody? Okay, Justice.
Yeah, I have a question. Yes.
All right.
Sorry. I want to know why I was struggling to log in back if there is so many things that I missed. Like this table that you just created now, is this the only thing that we did after we were logged out?
Okay, so after the logout, so this table is just a compact version. like a more compressed version, better version of what we're doing. The last work, let me see. I think let me see because someone that copied. Oh, everybody had. Okay, so this table is just a compact version, a more better version of what we did the last time. You know, the last time we were doing the average ifs, we were doing it the other values, but we're doing it after the other. So this table just helps us to bring everything together. So the summary of this table is just to bring all the values together. So in this table we are going to be having average fair price. In this table we are going to be having the sum fair price. In this table we are going to be having the count fair price. Here we are going to be having the minimum, and here we are going to be having the maximum. Now what this does is we are going to be using the statements with the multiple that takes in multiple criteria, because the criteria here is good and female. So good in the experience, in this experience column, then male and female for the gender column. So that's two conditions. Who's filling this table? Please, nobody should fill this. Not this. Create a new one and fill, please. You know we're saying that. So this ifs takes in multiple criteria. So in this table, what you're going to use is average ifs, the one with is. Same with the sum, same with the counts. But for single statements where you're just dealing with the single values or single criteria, that's when this come into place. Count if. I don't know, is that count if? I think there was one. Okay, yeah, that's where count if comes into place. Count if. I think there's max. Okay, there's no max if. I think there's average if. Yes, average if. And one more. Yeah, sum if. Yeah, sum if. So these are the only ones that have the three that have if, count if, average if, and sum if. They can take in just one category, just one conditions, but the rest cannot. Max cannot take in one, minimum cannot take in one, because you're going to be checking for, of course, on the fair column, and you need another, what's it called, another colon. So that's why I don't think there's max if. Yeah, so that's just what we did in short. Okay, please, I'm not getting this sign.
Sorry.
Okay, just so you can talk, I'm trying to get Sayo's complaint.
Okay. From this illustration you just showed us now, that minimum and max cannot get ifs, but from the function side there is ifs coming up on that part. Doesn't mean they're not applicable.
No. What he means is that there's minimum ifs and there's maximum ifs, but there's no minimum if. There's no just this.
Okay.
So it means that this cannot take in only one criteria.
Okay.
So the advantage of this is that, or what we used this for, is that you can take in one criteria. But then these are not really used, because most of the time we are working with multiple criteria. So we use this, and even if you are working with one criteria, you still want to use. Sorry, if you are working with multiple criteria, you use the counts ifs, average ifs, and sum ifs. So if you're working with multiple criteria, this is what you use. So most of the time we don't even get to use this, because this is already there for us. Don't know if you understand. So
yes.
takes a multiplier. So these actually exist, and this is what we are going to be using for this minimum and fair price. Minimum fair price and
Okay.
maximum fair price. Exactly.
Okay. Okay. We're going to use the min ifs and mass ifs for those minimum pair
Exactly.
prices. All right. All right. Thank you.
Okay, Kingsley. Kingsley can talk. Trisha, I'm not getting your issue.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Kingsley.
Good evening, sir. The ones with multiple criteria.
Yeah.
For this particular table we're working with, the numbers are the constants, while the other stuff there are the variables.
Yes.
So I feel the program it's in a way where the position of the constant must be constant. Does it mean that we can vary the position of the variables? Like now we're working with good and male. Is it that the position of the male criteria must be before that of the good? Can we vary the variables and leave the constant as constant?
Oh, okay, okay. If I get you correctly, what you're saying is so in a situation like this where I have the good first, that's the experience criteria first, and the followed by the gender. So can this be variable? Can it be changed interchangeably? Is that a question?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yes, it can be changed interchangeably. For instance, if you look at here, let me see, come up. Oh, sorry. If you look at this, I used the gender first, followed by the experience, and on this part, I used the experience first, followed by the gender. This was on purpose actually. So it means that you can actually vary it. So I think that was what we're talking about. We're talking about, okay, we mentioned that in the first class. I don't know if you're around, where we mentioned logical statements, where if you have and, so if I am a boy and I am 15 years old, that means or if I'm a boy and if I'm a male gender and 18 years old, that means I am an adult. So basically it means that I can be 18 and also be a boy. So it doesn't have the order doesn't matter actually. Whereas when it comes to statement that the order, it doesn't matter. So it's not, it's when you're dealing with maybe the whole logical statement. When we get there, you get to see more of that where the order matters. But in this situation, the order does not matter actually. Exactly. Kingsley.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, Fisayo, I don't know, you posted something. I'm not getting this sign. I can't see what sign. Check my phone. Oh, okay, you're not getting the quote sign. It's if you're using your laptop, you have to use a shift. You see it on your laptop. I don't know how to explain this actually. But it's basically on your, it's supposed to be on your keyboard. So if you're supposed to have two signs there. You have a comma and you have a sorry, you have a quote, a single quote, and you have a double quote. So if you use shifts, you get the double quotes. If you use just the keyboard, you have a single quote. I hope that's enough. If you're using your phone, it's meant to be on your keyboard. All you have to check is check the additional symbols. I don't know if that's clear. I don't know how best to explain that, but I hope you get it. Josiah. Okay, so Josiah, let me see. Yeah, I'm guessing this is Josiah here. Okay, also, wait. Okay, I hope it's not because I copied this, because this is okay. I'm not supposed to be evaluating this now. Maybe when everybody finishes up. So any other question? I think we are done for the class. We can stop recording.